Daphne.
Yes, it is. But I'm sorry. Who is this?
Your husband is called Linus, right? I'm just messaging to let you know I'm pregnant with his kid. Kisses! Just tell him Mallory's told you everything already. He'll know what's up.
I think you might have the wrong number. We don't know anyone called Mallory.
His name is Linus, right? I'm pretty sure I don't have the wrong number. Your name is Daphne, right?
Well, yes, that's true. But what's this about being pregnant with his kid? That's not possible. And how do you know my name anyway? Just who are you?
Never mind that. It's not really important. I know it must be pretty hard to believe, and it must be pretty tough hearing it from me like this. But I'm afraid it's true. Kisses. So why don't you save us all some time and divorce him? I know it must be hard to hear that, but I think it's best to just rip off the Band-Aid. He already told me he loves me, and he's gonna get out of his loveless marriage to be with me. So there's no point in dragging this out. I thought I'd message you myself to speed things along. Since we both know what a nice guy Linus is, he'd probably end up wasting a lot of time trying not to hurt your feelings.
I'm really confused. And you still haven't answered my question. Who even are you?
Oh, you're right. How rude of me. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Mallory, and I'm Linus's first and only true love. Kisses.
You're his first love.
That's right. We were high school sweethearts.
He's never mentioned anyone called Mallory.
That's not surprising. I can only imagine how hard it must have been for him trying to settle for another woman, knowing I'm still out there somehow. It's no surprise it was too hard for him to even think of me, let alone talk about me.
That doesn't really make a lot of sense to me, but okay.
He used to watch me from across the classroom for a whole year until he worked up the courage to ask me out. And ever since he did, we were joined at the hip. We were even voted most likely to get married in the yearbook.
That's all great, but why are you messaging me these weird lies now?
Like I said, they aren't lies. Unfortunately, life had other plans for us, and we had to leave each other for practical reasons. But recently, we bumped into each other by complete chance and rekindled our relationship. It was as if we were never apart. Kisses.
This really doesn't make any sense. I don't know if this whole first love thing is true, but I know you're lying about getting back with him. So can you just tell me the truth and tell me why you're messaging me?
I know you don't want to believe it, but that is the truth. As soon as we locked eyes, we recognized each other instantly. And we knew, without a shadow of a doubt, that we were meant to be together. We should have never broken up. Linus said that to me himself.
Oh, did he really? I find that really hard to believe.
I'm sure you do. I really empathize with your position, but he's my soulmate. I know he is. If you actually cared about him at all, you wouldn't keep him from his one true love. You must have heard that famous phrase before, right? If you really love someone, you have to break up with them or something.
You mean let them go?
Yeah, exactly. Now you're getting it. So if you really care about Linus, just divorce him already. I'm sure he'll deny things in an attempt to spare your feelings. But when you mention my name, just watch his eyes. You'll see the truth. He's a great guy, but he's a pretty bad liar.
Hi, Ellen. How are you doing? Oh, Daphne. Hi, I'm great, thanks. Thanks again for visiting me the other day. It was really nice to see you. You have no idea how much it means to me that you've kept in touch even after Linus's passing. Oh, don't be ridiculous. Of course I'd keep in touch. I'm really grateful you're still willing to stay in touch with me, too. Even though we never had any children or anything, I still consider you family. That really means a lot to me, Daphne. Thank you. You know, I feel the same about you. You're basically the daughter I never had. That means a lot to me too, Ellen. Thank you. There's something I want to ask you, if you have a minute. Of course I do. What is it? Did Linus ever have an ex-girlfriend called Mallory? Yes, he did, in fact. But I really don't want to hear that name again, to be honest. Oh, really? Why is that? She made Linus's life a living hell. I have no idea why that boy put up with her for as long as he did. Is there any reason you're asking me this? Yeah, she actually messaged me yesterday, saying something about being pregnant with Linus's kid. Wow. I thought she was a pretty awful person back then. I never could have imagined she'd somehow sink even lower. What was she like back then? I don't even know where to start. She told me that they dated back in high school, but they had to break up for practical reasons or something like that. Is that true? Not at all. They never dated in high school. She barely even showed up to school. They met years later at a high school reunion party. Linus was studying to be a lawyer and was preparing to take the bar exam. So it's not really all that hard to guess why she was suddenly interested in him. But they did start going out after that reunion? Unfortunately, yes. She did a pretty good job acting like a new, better person. And Linus did date her for a while. But she slowly started showing her true colors and caused Linus a lot of stress. Linus was always a really great person. Not that I need to tell you. But sometimes I think he was too nice for his own good. Tell me about it. Anytime they fought or she would yell at him, he would think it was his own fault, even though it was clear to everyone around him that he did nothing wrong. She would start fights about the smallest things, and demand he buy her expensive stuff to apologize over the smallest of things. She'd say to just put stuff on a credit card or take out loans, since he'd be making a lot of money as a lawyer soon. So it would be easy to pay it off later. That's ridiculous. I know, right? Thankfully, Linus thought so too. But she ended up stealing one of his cards and maxing it out. She really did that? Yes, she did. The whole thing stressed Linus out so bad, but he was really fooled by her acting like a good person for the first few months they went out. So anyway, he failed his first attempt at the bar exam, probably because of all the stress she was causing him. And she left him, since she figured he'd never be a lawyer after that. Wow, that's really awful. She's worse than I could have ever imagined. Did he never get the money back from her? No, unfortunately. He was none the wiser until it was too late. He only got the card statement after she left him. And she had moved house and changed all her contact info by then. Oh, I see. Thanks for telling me all of this, by the way. It really hurts me to know someone caused him that much pain while he was still with us. But I'm glad I know this woman's trouble. It's no problem. If she messages you again, just let me know. Okay, I will. Thanks again.
Hey, I haven't heard from you in a while. Will you hurry up and break up with him already? I advise you to do it before the baby's born if you want any chance of staying on good terms with him. Kisses. When I tell him I'm pregnant, he'll definitely just leave you in a heartbeat to take care of his family. You should know better than anyone how seriously that man would take his responsibilities.
Yes, I do know him pretty well. He is my husband, after all.
For now, sure. But he'll soon be mine since he's already the father of my child. So just divorce him already? Or do you plan to rob this poor baby of his father?
Oh, cut the nonsense already. I know you're lying.
You're still in denial? I can send you an ultrasound if you don't believe me.
There's no need for that. I believe you're pregnant. I just know that it's not Linus's baby. So you can stop pretending it is already. You aren't fooling anyone.
Look, we can keep going around in circles, or you can stop trying to avoid the inevitable and divorce him. I told you already, me and Linus are meant to be. And this baby is a blessing. You'd have to be a pretty evil woman to want to break up a little family like ours.
The only one trying to break up a family is you. I love Linus. And it's really hard to imagine someone as selfish as you is out there in this world.
I'll tell you this as many times as you need to hear it for it to get into your thick head. Me and Linus are soulmates. And he's been messaging me nonstop since the moment we reunited.
Oh, has he now?
Yes, as a matter of fact, he has. Go through his phone if you don't believe me. Although I wouldn't be surprised if he deleted the messages. I'm sure he wouldn't want to make you feel bad by having you find out that way. Which is why I assume he deleted the messages. Not because he's ashamed of me or anything. But listen, from woman to woman, I'll be honest. I was really apprehensive about getting back together with him when I found out he was married to someone else.
Oh, were you now? That's really great of you. You're a real saint.
I know you're being sarcastic, but I'm trying to be genuine with you now. I really wanted him to divorce you before getting back with me. And he said he'll do anything to be with me again, so he will. But it seems like he's really struggling with the idea of breaking your heart, since he's just that much of a good guy. Which is why I decided to message you myself, to try and convince you to just let him go. I'll bear the burden of guilt for breaking an innocent woman's heart, just to make it easier for him to actually find true happiness.
True happiness? That would be getting back with you, I assume.
Yes, exactly. You might not believe me, but look into his eyes. I'm sure you'll see he doesn't look at you the same way. Not since reuniting with me, his one true love. Just look into his eyes if you don't believe me. Just do the right thing and stop standing in the way of our love. Do the right thing.
I really won't be able to do that. And he can't be your one true love since he's mine. If soulmates really did exist, I would be Linus's and Linus would be mine. So just give it a rest already. I have no intentions of ever annulling our marriage. You're wasting your time.
There's no way you mean that. I don't know if you actually believe that yourself or not, but you need to face the truth either way. If he was your one true love, he wouldn't have gotten me pregnant now, would he?
That's true. It's a good thing he didn't then. Or I'd have a pretty good reason to doubt his commitment to me, wouldn't I?
If you can admit that, then just admit the truth already. Since I'm definitely pregnant, and I'm not the type to sleep around. Just ask Linus.
Oh, aren't you?
No, I'm not. So there's really no other option other than Linus being the father.
Can you remind me again of how and where the two of you reunited?
Of course, if that will make it easier for you to accept reality. Around a few months ago, I noticed him from across the street.
Across the street?
Yes, that's right. We were on opposite sides of the road, waiting at the traffic lights. I recognized him instantly, and we locked eyes. The moment we did, we were instantly transported back to our youth. We spoke 1,000 words to each other with just our eyes. And as soon as the light turned green, we ran into each other's arms. It was just like a movie. Some people around us even started to cheer. They knew they just witnessed something special. A special moment in two strangers' lives.
You should be a writer or something. You have quite the imagination.
Call it that if you want, but I'm telling you, if you don't divorce him, you're just gonna force the poor man to break your heart himself. And then you'll regret not leaving him on your own terms.
Yeah, sure. But I just have a few more questions about your reunion first, if you don't mind.
Sure, whatever you want. Ask away. You're just wasting your own time with this.
Where was that road? Was it in heaven by any chance?
I'm glad it finally seems like we're starting to be on the same page. I know it sounds like a fairy tale, but believe it or not, it was here on Earth. Kisses.
That's not what I was implying. It's just that Linus isn't really here on Earth anymore. So if you ran into him, it would have had to have been in heaven. Quite literally.
Come again?
It's just that Linus passed away 3 years ago. So I was wondering how you would have run into him while still obviously being alive enough to message me.
You're kidding, right? Linus is dead?
Yes, he is. So can you answer my question? Since you seem to have met him, I'd really appreciate it if you could tell me how. I'd give anything to see him again, too. And on top of that, you managed to get pregnant by him, too. It's really quite amazing. I really have to know how this all happened. You should get in touch with some researchers or something, too, since this really calls into question everything we know about reality.
No. You can't be serious. There's no way he's dead. What the hell am I supposed to do now?
I don't really know what you mean by that, and I don't really care. I'd just like to ask you to stop lying about my late husband. It's really disrespectful. That's all I really have to say to you, so goodbye.
I've been running around like crazy for the last couple of hours trying to find another way out of this mess, and I can't. You're really my last hope. Everyone else has abandoned me.
What are you talking about? And why are you still messaging me? Don't you feel in the least bit ashamed to be messaging the widow of a man you were trying to extort?
I wasn't trying to extort money or anything. I swear. I just knew Linus was a really nice guy, and there's no way he would just abandon me. He was always so caring and nice. There's no way he'd just leave me to suffer if he knew how bad things were for me.
So in return for how nice he always was to you, you decided to try and ruin his marriage?
It's not like that. After he divorced you, I'd marry him. So it's not like he'd be alone or anything.
You are really insane. I'm gonna block you now, so please don't message me again.
No, wait! You can't do that! I really need help. I can't afford to raise this baby alone.
Then go and ask the actual father for help. I still don't understand how that could possibly be my problem.
Don't you think I would have done that if it was an option? He ran away from us. When I was dating him, he was always showing off about how great his job was and how rich he was. He had a really nice car too, but it was all lies. I thought if I had his kid, I'd be set for life. So I never told him about the kid until I was like 5 months pregnant.
Why did you wait so long to tell him?
I thought there was no way he'd leave me or suggest getting rid of the kid if I was that far along. But as soon as I told him, he panicked and blocked me. And when I went to his apartment, I found some other family living there. It turns out he was just house sitting for his brother's family. The car wasn't even his. And his brother wouldn't even tell me where he went and just threatened to call the police if I didn't leave.
My heart bleeds for you. It really does. But none of this is my problem. And to be honest, I think you've brought this on yourself.
Linus would have definitely helped me. And as his wife and surviving heir, you owe it to me. Come on. I know Linus had a really good job. He was some hotshot lawyer, right? His name is like the first result on Google. So he must have left you a fortune. Just send me some of that money. Please. It's what Linus would have wanted. You know it is.
You're crazy. You're actually just a crazy person. I don't know why I'm wasting my time trying to communicate with you.
I'm not crazy. He was a hotshot lawyer. You're set for life, am I wrong?
It's none of your business how much money I have. You're talking to a man's widow, a man you went out with briefly years ago. On what planet do you think you have any right to talk to me like this?
He cared about me. He always did whatever it took to make me happy. You know he would have helped me out now, too. If he knew you wanted to just turn your back on me, he'd be turning in his grave.
How dare you? How dare you even mention my husband at all? Never mind all of this nonsense about how he would have reacted to your situation. You obviously know nothing about him. He was a great man, but he wasn't a pushover. Especially after the way you treated him. There's no way he'd just roll over and give you whatever you wanted. Especially when he was already happily married.
Oh, shut up! You're obviously the one who doesn't know him as well as you thought you did if you believe any of that. Just send me about $200,000. That's all I'm asking for. I know you probably got millions after he died. You won't miss that much, will you?
If anyone is sending anyone any money, it's you who should be paying back that $50,000.
Excuse me? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the $50,000 you stole from Linus before you disappeared all those years ago.
I never stole any $50,000. I don't know where you heard that, but it's all lies.
I didn't hear it from anyone. I was there myself.
That's not possible.
Do you know who you're talking to right now?
Linus's wife, right?
Wrong. Linus's wife is actually at my house right now, and I was watching your conversation with her. I couldn't bear to see you slander my son any longer, so I had to take the phone. You have no idea how he would have responded when he was alive. But if you're so curious about how Linus would have reacted, I'll tell you. He was planning on forcing you to pay back the money you stole the moment he found you again.
There's no way I'd believe something like that. If you're gonna lie, at least make it believable. That man would have done anything for me. And you want me to believe he was gonna go after me for money? Don't make me laugh.
After Daphne told me all about how you'd been in touch with her, I went and took a look through some of Linus's old things. And I read through some of his notes for the first time in a while. And lo and behold, he had kept a record of all the money you had borrowed from him, with a lot of proof of you claiming you'd pay it all back.
No way. You're bluffing.
Well, you'll see for yourself pretty soon whether or not I'm bluffing. After I take all of this to court. I've already spoken to a lawyer, and with all of this evidence, it should be pretty easy to convince the court to make you repay it all.
How could you do this? Don't you remember how much he loved me? Why would you spit on his memory by torturing me like this?
Don't you dare even attempt to speak for him again. Do you even have any idea how much you made him suffer? He cared about you a lot, and you really did make him regret that. He might have been a really forgiving and kind man. So much so that he might have even forgiven you after everything you've done.
Yes, I agree. Then let all of this go. Please.
Unfortunately for you, I'm not half as forgiving as my son was.
Please, I'm begging you. What's even the point of suing me for that money now? I borrowed it from Linus, not either of you. And it's not like he needs it anymore.
Just when I think my opinion of you can't get any lower, you go and say something like that. How dare you!
I might have lied about running into Linus, but I wasn't lying about the kid I'm having. That's all true.
What does that have to do with anything?
Are you really gonna make an innocent little kid suffer over my mistakes?
You really only have yourself to blame, and so does your kid. I hate to say it, but I'm pretty sure that kid is doomed anyway, having you as a parent. Even if I did take your word for this kid actually existing, I somehow doubt any money you're given would actually go towards raising this kid.
It will! I swear! I swear on my life, every single cent I receive would go towards raising this child. Please, for Linus, you've gotta help us out.
I might have caused you to have some kind of misunderstanding from my previous message. Even though I believe you'll be a terrible mother, and you'd use any money you receive on yourself, that doesn't mean I have even the slightest intention of sending you anything anyway. Good luck to the kid, for his sake. I hope you're telling the truth. But you're paying back that money anyway.
No! Please don't do this! I get it already! You don't owe me anything. I should have never gotten in touch with Linus's widow. That was wrong of me. But you've gotta at least cut me some slack with all of this debt stuff. Please. You'll never hear from me again, so just let it go.
No can do. You've brought this on yourself. After everything you did to my son, you're lucky I never tracked you down until now. But you've brought this on yourself by trying to ruin his life again. So sorry, but I'm not as nice as my son, and I'm not letting you get away this time. After that, Linus's mom actually did follow through on her threat and sue Mallory for the $50,000 she owed Linus. She was ordered to pay it back and has been doing so in installments ever since. And unfortunately, it turned out she wasn't lying about being pregnant. But she was deemed unfit to have custody of the child by the courts, for reasons which would take way too long to explain now. But by some miracle, that deadbeat father had some pretty rich parents. They were more than happy to adopt their grandson. And I heard Mallory has made no attempt to get her son back since then. But it seems like Mallory spends most of her days hounding them for money instead. But whatever. Better them than us, I suppose. Thanks for watching until the end. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. See you next time. Kisses.